is going on with this thing? Hey everybody, Blake here, and today I'm taking a look at Attack on Titan: The Last Stand, a 2 to 5 player, one versus all game, where one player takes on the role of the monstrous Titan who's trying to devour all of the heroes, and the all take on the role of the heroes who are trying to climb atop the Titan and slash him in the back of the neck for victory. And if you stick around, I'm going to tell you why I think Attack on Titan: The Last Stand is actually Antoine Balz's most underappreciated game. This is going to be a super brief overview of what gameplay in Attack on Titan is like. Essentially, the all will select their heroes, grab 5 dice and 3 heart tokens. Each hero in this game has a unique ability. The one will select their Titan character, and each Titan has unique attacks. And the heroes will either choose to start on level 0 on the ground, level 3, or level 5. So just for example, we'll put one there and one there. The Titan starts at maximum health, and the Titan has a hand of 7 attack cards, so to speak. And so the way the game works is that the Titan is going to play 1 card face up. So this card says, Big Throw, remove 1 citizen token and 1 heart token from each hero on level 3 and 5, unless that hero spends 2 dodge dice to avoid it. So what that's saying is, bam, this green player is going to need to spend 2 dodges, otherwise I'm removing one of their hearts and killing a harmless citizen. And then the Titan gets to play 1 card face down. This is the action that the heroes don't know is going to happen. So now the heroes get to take their turn. They're going to roll their dice. And in this game, you can roll and re-roll your dice as many times as you want. However, if a player rolls, and it's like never going to happen, of course, but if a player rolls a Titan head, they don't get to re-roll that. It temporarily gets held by the Titan player, because that player will get to spend it. But essentially, the heroes are going to roll and re-roll till they have the actions that they think they want to stick with, and they have to be mindful again of not wanting to give the Titan too many dice. And you don't have to roll all of your dice, you can just roll 1 or 2 or however many you want, and then you stop. Once the heroes have decided they're done rolling, the Titan gets a chance to activate those dice. So the Titan can choose just to lock the dice out for the rest of the round so that the heroes don't get them, or the Titan can choose to use them to activate abilities. So with this Titan, 1 dice would let me regain 2 health. 4 dice would force the heroes to pick a player to lose a health, but what I really wanted was 5 dice, because then I would get to remove 2 cannons. And that's important because the Titan can win in 3 ways, either removing all 6 cannons, devouring all 12 of these innocent civilians. Look at these guys, they're innocent and useless, or removing 3 hearts from any one player. So if I satisfy any of those conditions, I would win. With this Titan, all I could do was heal twice, which wouldn't matter in this first round, so maybe you would just choose to lock out the dice. Then we resolve the cards. So this says any player on level 3 and 5 needs to spend 2 dice. So green only has the 1 dodge, so green wouldn't get to dodge, so I would get to take that heart and kill one of these innocent civilians. Then we resolve the next card. Ooh, and I double dipped. This is another 3 and 5. Remove 1 heart token from each hero on level 3 and 5. So I would get to hit green player again, and green player is down to 1 health. Once the Titan has played 2 cards, they go into discard, and on its next turn, it can't play those same 2 cards. But that turn, the 2 cards they just played would go into discard, and you would get those back. But now the heroes then get to take their turns, and they're spending their dice in a variety of ways. The movement dice allow them to move. 1 move per 1 level, so jump from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, etc. The swords, when you're on the body of the Titan, allow you to slash the Titan and do 1 sword or one hit of damage. The cannons, when you're on the tower, do 2 damage per cannon. The dodges allow you to avoid getting hit, which is really important, but you always need 2 of them. And last but not least are the tactic symbols, which are very important to help the heroes win the game, because the heroes have this tactic deck that is randomly shuffled and 1 card is placed face up. These are essentially formations the heroes can get into to gain extra benefits. So like this one says, if you get in a player on level 4, spend 2 dodges, and a player on level 3 to spend a cannon, and together you spend 2 cannons, you would get to force the Titan to play for the rest of the game with both cards face up. However, There are some tactics at certain points in the game maybe aren't that useful, so you can spend a tactic die to shuffle to the next card. And that's important because 2 of these cards are victory conditions for the heroes, if I can find the other one. And essentially, they're both very similar, but essentially you have to get the Titan's health in the kill zone. You're going to have a player on like one of these levels spinning dice, but most importantly, you're going to have a player up on level 8 who can spin 2 swords to slash the Titan in the back of the neck. And whoever gets to the victory condition first, either the heroes using their tactic card, or the Titan removing cannons, killing a player, or devouring all 12 citizens, whoever does it first wins.
I like that even though this is like a dice game, it's not all luck. Like you have to use some strategy to balance trying to actually like damage the Titan and do stuff, and also like trying to accomplish like whatever the tactic is, and also not giving the Titan a bunch of like Titan heads. So I think that it, like, even though it's got dice, most dice game are like luck based, but this balances strategy with luck because you need like a good combination of both to get anything done.
You got a bunch of different characters you can play. It's thematic. The show's great. The game's great. And then also you got a bunch of different Titans as well. And different ways to attack. You can go with swords to the body, or you can go with cannons from the tower. So a bunch of ways to attack. I like that.
I think it's cool that everybody has a little bit of a say on what you do. Yeah. And that's pretty fun. Lots of teamwork.
I feel like I've played a handful of 1v games, and the one always wins. The all always loses. So this one's nice because I feel like it was thought out well to be a good balance between the 2 sides.
It's very much set out like what a video game would look like, with like kills and then
like
the level.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a very like Mortal Kombat style, but I don't know. I think that's kind of fun for people who may not like video, or may like one or the other, like video games or board games.
Overall, I would rank this game a solid 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I would also give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a very well designed game. Yeah.
1 versus many is not my favorite. Co-ops are not my favorite either, so I'd give it a 5. But when it comes to 1 versus many, I'd have to give it like a 9 because it has better balance than most any other 1 versus many game I've seen.
Maybe 7 out of 10. I just wanted it to be a little longer.
So here's the thing. Pressure luck plus dice rolling is an automatic no for a lot of people, and I get that. For any heavy strategy gamers out there, I mean, just by looking at Attack on Titan, you could probably know it's not the best game for you. But I really love this game, and I love 1 versus all games for a variety of reasons. And this is a pressure luck dice chucker. It moves really quickly. It's not a 3-hour experience. Is the kind of game that does take place in about 30 to 45 minutes. And because of that, it also can be a little swingy. There have been games where if the heroes are just rolling everything they need to roll, you really can't do very much as the Titan to stop them. And there are games where if the heroes are rolling a bunch of Titan heads and not rolling what they need to roll, you can kind of steamroll them as the Titan, and it might end after 2 rounds, 3 rounds. I like that there are several heroes out of the box that you can choose from. There are several Titans out of the box that you can choose from. I will say there are some combinations of Titans and heroes that just sort of out of the box aren't super balanced, but overall, of the probably, 50 rounds of this game that I've played, it's a pretty good balance of heroes and Titan wins. Something that's going to be positive for some people and negative for others is the table presence. I mean, this is a game that, especially if you don't know Attack on Titan, you would walk by and be like, what is going on with this thing? It definitely is appealing, but it really goes well with the Attack on Titan theme. And when you're the heroes, you feel like you're zipping around and slashing him and firing cannons. And when you're the Titan, you feel like you're just kind of stomping around and killing innocent civilians easily, and punching and damaging the heroes. It feels like you are those characters. Unfortunately, the built components do not fit in the box, so you do have to assemble and disassemble every time you play, which the tower in particular becomes really annoying to have to build it's the not it kind of task of building the tower. It is more difficult, especially as the cardboard starts to wear, more difficult it becomes to build that tower. And I wish it had been just a magnetic kind of thing that zoop, 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 zips together in half a second. Last but not least, one of the things I really love about this game is the tension. I have not seen but a few episodes of the show, and I know that at least in the earlier seasons, it is a very tense show because there are these giant titans running around, destroying everything, and there's always this tension of who's going to make it through the episode. You don't know. Anybody can get taken out in that show. And it feels like that in the game. There are some really stressful moments where the heroes have to really stop and decide, do we keep rolling? Is it worth pushing to try and get that one dice to do this one thing if it means you're also giving the Titan an extra dice, or the Titan the ability to activate, one of its stronger abilities with one more dice? And those moments are so fun on both sides of it, both on the hero side and on the Titan side, watching and seeing what people are going to do, especially as a Titan, because you know the cards that you've placed down, whereas the heroes have to sort of deduct or guess where they think you're gonna do. And so we've had some great games that came down to the final kind of roll. Ultimately, it is a dice chucker pressure luck with a little bit of strategy, a little bit of planning around what you think the Titan is going to do. But if you have someone, who doesn't like pusher luck or doesn't like dice chuckers, unless they're just a massive fan of Attack on Titan, I don't think this game is going to convert them. However, if you have someone who traditionally loves one versus all, they love rolling some dice, I think, and maybe they've never heard of Attack on Titan, I think this is a game that you should put on their radar. So those are some of my thoughts on Attack on Titan, The Last Stand. If you like one versus all games, I'm curious what your favorite one versus all is. I think mine, honestly, it might be Attack on Titan, The Last Stand, or I Am the Fourth Wall, which I've reviewed previously. But tell me what your favorite one versus all is below. And otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.